Welcome to Galway, folks. We're here at Eyre Square. It's here in the heart of this Galway city. It's officially known as John F. Kennedy Memorial Park, and the square has a rich history dating back to medieval times when markets took place here on the green and in front of the town gates. And it gets its name when in 1710 the plot of land in this city was owned by Mayor Edward Eyre, and he officially presented this land to the city. It remains a popular gathering place for visitors and natives alike, and the grass areas are often packed on sunny days. Obviously here this week we have the Christmas markets with all the great alpine stores, great music in the background, but a fabulous gathering place, I say, Eyre Square, and also known as John F. Kennedy Memorial Park, as in June of 1963 John F. Kennedy was here at this park and in Eyre Square right here, and gave a speech to over 100,000 people. As I say, that was June 1963, just 5 months before his assassination in November 1963. Got the big wheel here, Ferris wheel, really nice. Over here you have, this is Brown's Gate, and as I say, Galway City is the city of the tribes, and one of these tribe family or merchant families were the Browns. And I say this is known as Brown's Doorway, the gateway into Eyre Square, and it was named obviously, as I say, after the Browns, one of the 14 tribe families of Galway. And you'll see, obviously, well, can't see them right now because of all the additions for this Christmas market, but normally you'd see the 14 flags of the tribe families or merchant families of the city, if you like. Now the names of these families were Athy, Blake, Bodkin, Brown, Darcy, Dean, Font, French, Joyce, Kirwan, Lynch, Martin, Morris and Skerritt. Now 12 of them were Anglo-Norman from origin of Anglo-Norman, and then 2 were of Irish origin, Darcy and Kirwan. You'll also see over here, this is the Claddagh sails, a representation of a Galway hooker, a sailing boat, which sailed these waters for hundreds of years. This is by the sculptor Eamon O'Doherty in 1984, the Claddagh sails. So great festivities here at the Christmas markets here in Galway on Eyre Square. In the evening, everything's lit up, so it looks really, really cool. And you got some great decorations all across the square right here as well. Very, very festive, Christmas-like. It's really, really cool. I'm going to take a trip over here to one of the most famous hotels in all of Galway. But it's not only famous as a hotel, but it's very, very famous as a bar and restaurant. And this is the Skeff. We're coming up to it right here, affectionately known as the Skeff, but the Skeffington Hotel, Skeffington Arms Hotel. And this was built as a stately home in the mid-17th century, but established as a hotel in 1850. And it's now the largest bar in Galway City. And there's an old saying among the locals here, meet you at the Skeff. As I say, it's been in circulation for a couple of centuries right now, here in the heart of Galway on Eyre Square. We'll move on and we'll go up towards the city proper, if you like, and explore some of the other streets here in Galway. It's a lovely morning right now, even though it's winter. We're in December, but although it's brisk out, it's nice and fresh. And local time now is coming up to 11 a.m. So Galway, you know, it's known, as I said, as the city of the tribes, and it's the fastest growing city in Ireland. It's very much a multicultural city with a deep history of arts and culture, and also it's a harbour city on Ireland's west coast, and it sits where the River Corrib meets Galway Bay, and then flows into the Atlantic Ocean. And it's in the province of Connacht. And it's the county town of County Galway. Now Galway is a really quaint medieval city with a big heart. It's full of atmosphere, with an abundance of events throughout the year. It's a real party city as well. And events include like the Galway Arts Festival, which runs in July, and the Galway Races also, which runs in July, which is the 7-day horse racing festival, where hordes of people gather from all over Ireland to ascend on the city for drinking, gambling and the crack. And it's also a university town, university city, with over 25,000 students here in Galway. And Galway City received a charter by Richard III in 1484, and it became known as the Venice of the West. And Galway is part of the Gaeltacht region here in Ireland, where the Irish language is spoken by many of its inhabitants. And it's the 6th most populous city on the island of Ireland, and the 4th most in the Republic of Ireland, with a population of 83,456 people. So we're on William Street right here in the heart of Galway City. And let me just look over here. We have this monument here of Oscar Wilde. He gets around all right, Oscar Wilde. You'll also see a monument of him in Merrion Square Park in Dublin City. But Oscar, and this statue is Oscar seen here with Edward Wilde, an Estonian writer. And this was actually a gift given to Ireland by Estonia when they joined the European Union in 2004. Now they met supposedly in 1892. Now Wilde's father owned a home in nearby County Mayo, which is right on the border of Galway and Mayo, so about 30 minutes away from here. So he would have spent a lot of his summer holidays here in Galway, in the Galway area, and Galway City also. Now we're going to make our way down the city. It's starting to get busy already, and it's still pretty early. We make our way down here, so if you see in the distance, you'll see this is Lynch's castle. Dates back to 1473. This grey building here on the corner, Lynch's castle. It was originally an urban townhouse constructed after a large fire in the city in 1473. Now the Lynches were one of the 14 tribe families here of Galway, and Lynch was also the mayor of Galway, and they owned this castle, and they imported wine from Spain. Now the wine was brought here to Galway by a man named Gomez from Cadiz in Spain, and Gomez was a very good-looking fella, and he had the eye for the Galway girls. And Mayor Lynch's son Walter fancied a lady called Agnes Brown, and one night he found Gomez leaving Agnes Brown's house, and in a fit of jealous rage he killed Gomez, stabbing him to death, and threw his body into the river. Now a short time later, Lynch's conscience got the better of him, and he confessed to the murder. Now he was hauled in front of his father, the mayor, who had the power of life and death. His father thought that justice must be served, and the father ordered his son to be hanged by the neck. Now the people of Galway came out to protest as they liked the young Walter Lynch, but despite this, his father brought him to the top of the castle, put a rope around his neck and hung him. And this is where the word lynching comes from. How about that? Now we're now approaching Shop Street up here. We got McCambridge's here, dates back to 1929. One of the most famous shops in Galway. It really is a fabulous spot. And it's like a wine shop with a bakery. So fine food and wine and spirits. Just a little bit further up here, you'll see the Claddagh shop right here. Claddagh jewellery. Obviously, Galway's famous for its Claddagh ring, and Claddagh ring is a unique part of Galway heritage, and it's been used for centuries as a wedding ring and a symbol of friendship, and it's often given a sign of commitment in relationships or to celebrate special occasions such as anniversaries. And the design consists of two hands joined together at the wrists, holding a heart with a crown on top, and traditionally made from gold or silver. Now the hands represent friendship, the heart represents love, and the crown for loyalty. The ring is often worn on the left hand with the point of the heart facing inwards, symbolising that the wearer is taken, or outwards to show that they are single and looking for love. The Claddagh rings have been given as gifts since at least the year 1700, when they were first made by a fisherman from the village of Claddagh, not far from here, Galway City. And when worn on the right hand, it means you're married. There's also a museum a little further down at another Claddagh ring shop, Dillon's, which actually dates back to 1750. That's the oldest one in the city. I'll bring you in here for a minute and just show you some of the rings. Do you work in here, sir?
At the moment.
I just want to just see some of the rings. How you doing, ladies?
Hello, how are you?
Great. I was here yesterday, I was just showing some of the rings. Is that cool? Thanks a lot, appreciate it. Thank you. So here you have some of these Claddagh rings, and you'll see them in silver and gold. Really, really cool. There's actually a video going on, shows you all about the manufacturing of the Claddagh ring, or the legend of the Claddagh ring. Really nice. A lot of celebrities wear the Claddagh rings. Here's some of these celebrities that wear them. Maureen O'Hara, of course, and John Wayne, who were in the movie The Quiet Man, which is actually made in Con in County Mayo, just about 30 minutes from here. Directed by the great John Ford. Queen Victoria also wore a Claddagh ring. Daniel Day-Lewis, Ronald Reagan. Now many of these people would have got these Claddagh rings as gifts. They wouldn't have bought them themselves, and they probably would have bought them right here in Galway. Isn't that right, ladies? Sarah Michelle Gellar, Mia Farrow, Jim Morrison, Jennifer Aniston, Gabriel Byrne, even John F. Kennedy, folks. How about that? And of course, Noel and Liam Gallagher from Oasis, the band Oasis. And then you have Grace Kelly of Monaco, Princess Grace of Monaco, originally from Philadelphia. So there you go, folks. Some celebrities wearing their Claddagh rings. Pretty cool. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Thank you. Here's some more displays of Claddagh rings. Absolutely gorgeous. You have them in all different sizes and shapes. Pretty cool. Alright, folks, we'll move on. Taft's Bar, another great bar in the city here. So this really is a party town, as I say, Galway, and it's full of great bars and restaurants. One of the great traditional Irish bars where traditional Irish music is played on a daily basis. Most of it during the height of the summer be all day long. During the afternoon and the evening. This is Tig Coley's. Absolutely fantastic session music, as we say, Irish traditional folk ballad music. Mostly, no, you're grand, ladies, no problem. Absolutely wonderful. We have some other real famous places. There's the King's Head. This is named after Charles I, who was killed or assassinated by Cromwell and his men. And then Cromwell took over. He came to Ireland in 1649, stayed till 1661. So this is named after Charles I, the King's Head. As I say, Cromwell and his men beheaded him. Just tell you a little story about the King's Head right there. really a variety of different shops or stores, whatever you like to call it. Galway Woolen Market right here. Obviously, this area, especially in the likes of Connemara, not far from here, woolen products are very much in demand and very, very popular. But you've got some great woolen products right here in this shop. Sonny Malloy's, a bunch of grapes. This pub in the corner here is called Nocton's. Have a look at that, folks. Isn't that pretty cool? You got the dogs and you got the donkey. That is really cool. Now he's actually going to set up there outside of Tigcoley, which I just mentioned. He was there yesterday with his 2 dogs and his donkey. We're here on the corner of Kirwan's Lane and this is and Key Street, which this area is more or less the Latin Quarter here in Galway. So this is Nocton's pub. It was originally owned by Richard Martin, who was the head of the Martin family and one of also the 14 tribes or merchant families of Galway. And he also owned Balnahinch Castle in Connemara. Now this townhouse was where Nocton's pub is now, as I say. And Richard Martin, he was a lover of animals and founded the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, for which he received the nickname Humanity Dick. As I say, Richard Martin was his name. However, Martin was also known for his temper that was involved in many duels, which earned him his other nickname, Hair Tricker Dickie. So there you go. Now this is the famous Claddagh. They actually have a Claddagh shop, Thomas Dillon, established in 1750, and they actually have a museum in here, and they also show you the process here at the museum, how they actually manufacture these Claddagh rings. So really, really cool. As I say, this is the Latin Quarter. This is Key Street, spelled Q-U-A-Y, pronounced K-E-Y, Key Street. The Key Bar right here is very, very famous, very popular bar and restaurant under where there's nightly music. So a lot of the bars all around Galway City are music bars that you'll see. This is another Claddagh, a Celtic jewellery shop right here. Let's say Key Street, or this Key Street in this area is one of the most happening places in Galway. Key Street, known also as the Latin Quarter right here. It's filled with bars, small shops, restaurants, as you've seen. There's usually a lot of entertainers around here as well, and it's considered obviously the heart of Galway. They say you don't really get Ireland until you've been to Galway. And the Keys Bar that we just left right there was named after the street with music daily. But over across the way here, you have the Spanish Arch, which is another famous landmark right here in Galway, along by the River Corrib, the main river that runs through Galway City. So I'll just take a minute to walk across the road as soon as the traffic goes by. I'll show you a little bit of Spanish Arch. It was built in 1584 and on the left bank of Galway City. Now, Galway is a very, very successful port town, trading goods with the world. And so many of the buildings you see today along the cobblestone streets around here were built in the 1400s. But during its heyday, the sailors and the merchant traders were mostly from France, Spain, Italy, and Portugal, hence the name, the Latin Quarter. And they would dock right here in the Spanish Arch. Now it consists of, well, at one time consisted of 4 arches which were part of the medieval defensive walls of Galway, and was constructed by William Martin. There's the Corrib River, you see right there. And it consists of 4 arches which were part of the medieval defensive walls of Galway. And it was constructed by William Martin, the 34th Mayor of Galway. Spanish and other European ships carrying cargo of wine and spices sold their goods here at the docks. And in fact, Christopher Columbus was actually here himself. He visited here in 1477. Predicted sea levels by 2150. This is the River Corrib right here. It's only 6 kilometres long, so it's not a very large river. It's in fact one of Europe's shortest rivers, but the depth of the river reaches up to 94 feet. So folks, I hope you enjoyed their little tour around Galway City. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Dave. If you did enjoy this, you can also, if you wish, buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you so much, folks. I'll see you on another video very soon. Thank you. Check out my channel, Dave Kavanagh. Thank you, folks. Have a great day.